All right, folks. Dr. Nick Fanning with Vitality Chiropractic, and we are in a series of webinars that I've had this year. And tonight is super special because we're at the beginning of a year, 2016. The gym is just going to be flooded, and there's going to be a lot of people there. And by February, I'm sorry, it's going to be completely empty. It's one of those things that happens year after year, and I know trainers are frustrated year after year with that. So tonight with me, I have Gerard, who is a certified strength and conditioning specialist, and he is a local guru when it comes to working out and getting into the gym and having maximizing results. So Gerard, welcome. Can you please just tell the people a little bit about yourself, a little bit of background first?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Nick Fanning for having me on your webinar here. It's an honor. And a little bit about myself. First, I went to college at Union College in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I got my bachelor's degree in health and human performance. And while I was studying there, I also was on the sports acrobatic team, the Union College Gymnaires. That has a lot to do with my passions in health and fitness. But, after college, I went and did some personal training. And during that time, I found that I love physical education and educating people. And so I went and taught physical education for about 5 years. Finished that, and I'm here as a personal trainer and a manager, assistant manager at the Goodall Recreation Center. So that's a little bit about myself right there.
Awesome, bud. And from my understanding, you're a collegiate athlete and you're getting into some pretty high performance stuff yourself.
Yeah.
Can you tell people just a little bit about that too before we get into some more about why you do what you do?
Well, as a sports acrobatic, I did a lot of inverted movements, upside down handstands, presses, lots of stunting, pyramids, a lot of things that require a strong core and a strong back and balance and stability. So a lot of my training today, regardless of me being in sports acrobatics anymore, most of my training entails that, trying to keep my core strong, my balance, my back, keeping my spine in line, everything like that. So that's basically what I do for my training.
Well, we know what you do. What I always like to ask people, and what I think is far more important, is why do you do what you do? So, Gerard, I've seen you in the gym with groups of people at 5 a.m. in the morning, 5:30 a.m. in the morning, and I know you go pretty darn late, and all days of the week it seems like. So, can you tell me what gets you up in the morning? Why do you have such passion about this? Why? I mean, honestly, you go above and beyond. So, why is that?
I love to help people, and if you look at society today and where it's heading, we're in some big trouble, and we need some people to guide and educate so that we can get where we need to be. If you look at the food that we're eating, the lifestyles that we're leading, I mean, most of our jobs, we're sitting down behind a desk all day, which is not good for your back, your health, your waistline. The foods we're eating are processed. And so I'm very passionate about being one of those pioneers and one of those people to help guide people in the right direction and make sure that they have the support they need. A lot of people just don't have the support that they need. And, if I can see someone go from point A to point B, that is the biggest, that puts the biggest smile on my face. That's gratifying. That is very fulfilling to me. So.
Awesome, bud. Well, tonight, folks, we're talking about the top 10 reasons why you're going to be quitting the gym by February. Gerard, would you say that's probably reason number one is they don't have enough guidance with that, or like what you just spoke about?
Yeah.
Where would you start?
I would start with guidance, education. A lot of people, they know what they want. They want to lose weight. They want a six-pack, or they want to become more fit, more healthy. But how do they get there? You have free information on the internet, you have Google, but you still need someone to help you sift through all that information. There's a whole lot of garbage out there that you can find yourself getting trapped into, and a lot of myths. And we need a professional or someone that knows what they're doing to help you get where you need to be. So guidance is, to me, number one.
Awesome. And you mentioned that people come in and they're wanting like the perfect body or six packs and stuff like that. I heard a saying once that it's weird, but guys and girls, when they're going to the gym, they have the same goal. It's for the perfect female body, whether it's a guy or a girl. funny as you think about that. But in all seriousness, I know that we're just jesting with that. Would you say that focus or even having a true real goal is a big problem?
Yes, you need to have a goal. A lot of times our goals aren't realistic, and that's when guidance, and you need someone to help you find out your true potential, realize what you can achieve realistically and the most healthy way possible, and how you can sustain it. So you kind of need to educate yourself before you make some goals. You need to find out what kind of person you are, your lifestyle, your job, what kind of sacrifices you're going to have to make to accomplish these goals, because it's not easy. A lot of times you have to make some sacrifices and commit and let go of some things that you don't want to, but you're going to have to do it. So yeah.
Oh, I know that for sure. Is I love working out like a beast, but it's what I do outside the gym that really kind of restricts me, and I'd say that's the big thing that I need accountability for, is
Right.
making sure that my dietary habits are in tune. So I guess as people are trying to make some massive changes, would I guess any advice or any issues with dietary and stuff like that? Because I think that's one of our on our list, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
My biggest advice to anyone that wants to get healthier, I won't just say lose weight. Some people might want to gain some muscle. So is to have a inclusive, healthy eating strategy. And I don't like to say diet because that comes with negative connotation. But a lot of the diets that you see out there are very restrictive, and you start to develop a negative association with food and guilt and these negative feelings anytime you might have gone out of your eating strategy. And so I believe that instead of thinking what I need to cut out, what can I include in my diet, in my eating strategy? How can I build my body, make it healthier, rather than restricting and having that mentality, is I can't eat this, I can't eat that, and then if you do eat it, you feel guilty, and that guilt is a massive deterrent from your goals. It's counterproductive. And so whenever I tell people, find a strategy that teaches you to eat well, to build your body, and to be healthy.
Perfect. Hey, do you help people with that directly? Is like helping out with set up with nutrition plans too? Because I know we have good resources in the community too, but do you feel pretty confident with that too as well?
I'm confident with it, but if I have clients that really need help and guidance, I'll send them to a registered dietitian, someone that knows what they're doing.
Right. Do you work with Megan then on that, or?
Yeah, Megan Hubendick. She's pretty good. She and I, we agree on a lot of different things, so I would most likely refer my clients to her.
Perfect. And folks, if you need Gerard's information or Megan's information, please contact me or leave a comment, even in the comments of the videos and stuff like that. We can get you in contact with that. Gerard, we got a little bit, I know we talked a little bit about food. What would you say is another one of your big top reasons that people quit in January?
There's a lot of different ones. I'd say.
How about this? How about somebody going 100 miles per hour and burning themselves out?
I would say, yeah, along those lines, unrealistic goals. I touched on it a couple minutes ago.
Yep. Is it possible to get burnout or overtraining in just a couple weeks or a month? Yes. I thought that was more of a month thing. Like it takes a while to get there.
No, that can happen in just the first week. A lot of people have these New Year's resolutions in January. They want to lose 50, 60 pounds in just a few weeks. And this is where education needs to come into play. They need to find out what is the healthiest weight loss you can achieve for a given amount of time. And so if you look and do your research, you'll find out that 2 pounds per week is the maximum amount of weight you want to lose. They're healthy, that's healthy. And so you find a lot of people, they want to lose 20, 30 pounds in less than a month. And that's not realistic. They'll get frustrated. And if they don't lose the weight, they'll probably lose 2 or 3 pounds. But frustration, and then they'll quit. So finding what is realistic, educating yourself how you can achieve those goals, I think is the biggest issue there. So.
Love it. Love it. I guess another big thing is that we talk about is like doing the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Can one lead to overtraining, but also, man, doesn't that just get boring?
It does. I mean, you keep it fun, keep it exciting. I like to tell people, find something they enjoy doing. You know, you do want to mix it up, but if you love rowing, you love swimming, you love walking, you can get results from that. I mean, I've had a client that lost over 100 pounds from simply walking. He lifted weights with me twice a week, and he walked every day, 45 minutes, and he loves walking. He still does it. So it could be playing basketball, swimming, dancing, do something that you enjoy doing. Switch it up once in a while so you don't get bored. Your body will get used to it and you won't get any more results. So, you need to switch it up.
And that brings me to another big point. I mean, if you're having fun doing it, that's pretty huge. But we talk about training, we talk about diet outside of the workout. But the big thing is, we talk about eat well, move well, think well. So as far as the psyche or the mental aspect, do you care to touch on that? Is there any big reasons that people might get burnt out or not finish the month or continue on?
Yeah, along those lines, there's a lot of psychological issues that will keep someone from overcoming some of the barriers that's keeping them from achieving their goals. On a sensitive issue, some people use their weight to protect themselves from trauma.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a lot easier to escape those emotional issues when they find themselves overweight.
Right. So
people in my
basically, right?
Yes. And so regardless of that, there are other issues there that that people need to address. It could be relationship issues, depression. I think people need to get counseling if they want to overcome and if they want to lose weight. And
depression, especially in the winter where sun levels not as much and vitamin D levels go down too.
Yeah, so the proper supplementation, you told me about that before.
Which is odd because exercise is probably the best proven thing against depression.
Right. Yep. So I think it's a double-edged sword. I think there's more than one thing that needs to be addressed. Exercise is not the only thing. You need to have all your ducks in a row, get your nutrition, get your mind in the right place, eat well, exercise, get plenty of sleep, stress management, all that stuff.
Okay. Well, how about this? Originally, at first, you started talking about people that were like trying to lose 20, 30 pounds in a month, or you shooting them for the moon. Is there people that really just don't set big enough goals? I mean, is that a problem?
Yeah, I think that's a problem too. That's why you need people need guidance. If you don't set goals and push yourself hard enough, you probably never get anywhere. So that's what the trainer is for, or your dietitian, to keep you accountable, to help you know what's obtainable and realistic. A lot of people just don't exercise hard enough. They're in the gym, they're on the treadmill, and they're reading a magazine, or they're on the bike and reading a book. You're not getting your heart rate high enough. You're not burning a sweat. So that is very true. So there needs to be a balance, and that's why we have professionals to help people get there.
Good. Would you say that's probably your number one big pet peeve is people, going and complaining, and really they just need a little bit of guidance or a little bit of help with that?
Yeah. Yes. It's funny because I see people they're on the bike and they're reading a magazine, and they complain to me, I haven't lost 10, 15 pounds. I'm still hovering at this weight. It's interesting and funny to me, but I kind of have to tell them, look, you got to put that book away and bump it up another notch. So, yeah.
Perfect. Well, Gerard, we talk about our title being 10 Reasons Why You Quit by February. So let's dive into how are these people going to prove us wrong? I mean, what can we do to overcome this so that way we keep these good habits going, or we have success finally? Because I'm sick of year after year, myself included, of starting off strong and then. So what do you say?
I have a plan. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. First, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to have a plan. You need to go find support. I don't care how smart you are or intelligent you are. the best of the best, even the professional bodybuilders and fitness models and athletes, they have someone to help them and keep them accountable. So if that be your husband or your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, find someone to help you. Surround yourself with a positive atmosphere, with people that actually care about your goals and what you're trying to accomplish. And that will help you keep on track.
Beautiful, beautiful. Any advice when when people are trying to set goals for either how often they're going to work out or what the end game is? I know you touched a little bit here and there, but let's summarize it. Let's bring it together. Any big tips for setting people as they set their goals and expectations?
Yes, I would set, whenever you make goals and plans, I would start with small goals and build my way up. So, but as far as exercising weekly, I would say work out 3 to 5 times a week. I'll make sure you get some resistance training and some cardiovascular exercise in there. You don't want to take a really big bite. Take small steps and progressively increase your program. And so the first week might just be 30 minutes in the gym, 15, 20 minutes, whatever you can sustain. And eventually I want you to be able to do about an hour in the gym, hitting it hard, hitting the weights, the cardio on the treadmill, or running around the track, whatever you like to do. When people ask me, especially women, they say they want to lose weight, but they don't want to lift weights. They're afraid they're going to get bulky. And so, that's a myth. And so that's something I have to work around. But normally I would tell them, lift weights 2 or 3 times a week, every other day, and do your cardiovascular on top of that. And, but take your time. Don't overtrain, and eat well, and you'll get some results.
Beautiful. Gerard, one of your big things is education. And I know, sorry, there's a train going by, so mute that. Educate yourself. The big thing I know is that, yes, I think fantastic source we have. You have you in the community. We have a couple other people who can help out with that too. But is there anything, like any big sources or online things you can go to, or things that people can kind of educate themselves that you would actually recommend, or magazines, or anything? So what are your top recommendations of somebody who says, like, yes, I want to read up on this, or I want to make sure that we start off in a good start? Where do they go?
That's a good question. There's a lot of free information on the internet, and you kind of have to be careful what you're looking at.
Yep. But
one of the people that I like to follow as far as nutrition is concerned, which is a big part of weight loss, is Haley Pomeroy. And she has a book about the fast metabolism. And I love to follow her. She has some great advice. Look her up. If you really want to kick your metabolism up a notch, look her up. She has ebooks. You can buy them on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon. So that's a good resource. I would look up, there's a couple websites that I think can have some information that might not be all 100%, but most of the time is very good. Bodybuilding.com. They have some good information on there. You'll see that there are some people with good credentials on there that do research and provide information. And then on Facebook, there's a guy called Brett Contreras, and he has a lot of research. He's one of the leading researchers, glute development, back, posterior chain, developing your muscles, weight loss. He has a lot of information. So look that guy up on Facebook, Brett Contreras. Good guy.
Awesome.
So
yeah, I've seen his stuff. He knows his stuff. He's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Well, folks, one of the big reasons I do this, I want to so insist on getting Gerard here is that sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. And the big honest factors there is, if you could have done this on your own, you would have done it by now. So what I'm challenging you guys, especially my 1% Club, and if you don't know what my 1% Club is it's an email that comes out several times a week. We're challenging people to get 1% better every time. But for everybody out there, you need the accountability. You need somebody to help you to get through this slump. And if you could have done it on your own, you would have done so by now. So whatever it takes, reach out to somebody, reach out to Gerard, reach out to one of the other health professionals in your community, wherever that might be and finally make it happen. Enough is enough. And our children are getting fat, sick, and dying. We are certainly as adults doing the same thing. I know I have to be as a role model. I just reached out to Gerard and been like, hey, bud, I need you to save my life. Let's get this going. And the big thing is Gerard's out there in community. He's there. He wants to help. You can see that he has a passion for it. He knows more. He has so much information that it's hard to discern what to tell you guys. But he is a source for you. There's a lot of people out there that's their passion of helping. Get outside your comfort zone and just make it happen. Gerard, what is the best way for people to either start with you or even, really get started on that process?
If you are local to Ogallala, the best way is to come see me at the Goodall Recreation Center. I'm personal training there full time. And if you really just want to shout out to me and ask me some questions, you can email me at gerardbrennan@gmail.com. So hopefully we'll provide you with that email. But so that's pretty much the way you get a hold of me. So
perfect. Do you have any websites or?
No, I don't have a website, but you can check me out on Facebook. Just look me up, Gerard Brennan, and I'll be right on there. So no website right now.
All right, bud. So last thoughts. What is the one take home? What is the the call to action? What is the one thing that you want everybody to know from tonight?
Fitness goals, weight loss, health, and fitness is not easy. It takes a lot to change habits, change our lifestyles. And lifestyle to me is not a strong enough word. I believe we want to change our way of life because lifestyles are temporary. It changes where we go, where we live, what we're doing. It's fickle. Way of life follows us no matter where we go. And so if we can find some way to educate ourselves, some way to hold ourselves accountable, and to find motivation, a reason, something valuable that will help you make that permanent change. I had a client that his doctor told him he'll be dead in 6 months. And that was it for him. He knew he had to make a change. So find out what's valuable. Educate yourself. It's not easy. Go get help. Find professional help. It's not easy. Even for myself, I'm a professional and I need someone to hold me accountable. So go get help. Come to the rec center. Go see Dr. Nick Fanning. Go and talk to Megan Hubendick. We are all there to help you. So there you go.
Whatever it takes, man, right? Get her done.
Yep.
Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. With me was Gerard Brennan. He's CSCS. He obviously has a passion for what he does. I'm so glad you guys took a little bit of time out of your night to join us tonight. Make sure you can watch this on YouTube later. Spread the news. And I know that everyone you think that are sitting here thinking tonight is like, hey, somebody needs to hear this. Or, I know this person would be awesome if they'd work with Gerard. Have them watch this. This is an easy, no commitment type way to get people getting on that step and on that first couple steps towards improving their life. And you know what? We were born to be awesome, folks. We're supposed to be taking our lives better and better and better and better because you can only coast downhill. So work at it, folks. Reach out to Gerard. I challenge you. We'll post this information on our website or on following the video as well for this. And get out there, and that's the thing about knowledge. Once you learn something, you're obligated to spread truth. That's how it is. So, Gerard, thank you so much for joining me, man. I know that you're taking some time away from your family. I appreciate your sacrifice for doing so and changing your community. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. This is Dr. Nick Fanning with Gerard Brennan. Have a good night.
Good night.